more than enough battery to get home on
Yeah,
this too.
charge a bit once you get home. And take two as we try to get out of this parking lot without running over shoppers. Watch this side in your
Come on, guy.
gal.
You can make it if you believe.
I think she's waiting for somebody to leave so she could get in. Alrighty. Um, awkward opening to a stream. Hi.
Oh yeah.
Yay. Are you supposed to do the we are live?
No.
No? Okay.
I mean, you could do it if you want to.
No, I already said it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm ready for a nap.
This side of my face was baking.
The right side of my face is also baking. I feel like I got sunburned only on my right cheek. So you're looking spiffy now.
Am I?
Spiffy. We should have did a before and after photo. Non-spiffy. Spiffy.
Do I look like the black cop that beats up on black people to try to become an honorary white cop
I guess
with these
so.
glasses?
I don't know. Figured if you're asking me that question, the answer should probably be yes. So I'm just gonna say yes.
That's racist.
Well, that's what you served me. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
thank you.
I look the way I look. You know,
You're so kind.
I look like a black racist that's racist against black people.
Were you attempting to hide your race?
No. I mean,
I heard you make that comment to your barber when she was done.
yeah, there's just no hiding it. You know, I thought, I saw all the gray hair land in my lap, and I'm thinking, okay, the gray hair is gone.
No,
Nope,
no,
nope.
it is.
The same gray hairs are there. They are just shorter.
Yep. Shines more in sunlight.
Yeah.
It's holy shit, that sun is brutal.
Oh. So are you a cop?
Yeah.
I mean, with these glasses, I kind of look like I'm in law enforcement, don't I?
And I don't want to accidentally spill juice on me. Don't drive yet.
Sorry, folks, I can't move the car yet.
This stream is not sponsored by Pure Leaf. It's sponsored by Fake Leaf.
Oh, that reminds me, I got some too.
Oh, audio spilled. Is this better?
Oh, Big Guns is in here.
Is it staticky or just
I'll probably plug it.
was I?
I'll probably plug it and unplug it.
Okay. One moment, please. While he fixes it. Better. Better.
Headset microphone, headset microphone, headset microphone.
Boobs. We have to like. And this lady was across me. Should I sound like?
Yo, we build. Okay, that was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me know if I fix the audio at all,
All right. Is it still staticky?
because I plugged it back in and all of that.
Static. Boobs.
Static Shocks. Let me know the free. Are you the dude that would go on Lead Attorney Show? That is correct. That is me. That is me. I'm a big fan of the Lead Attorney. It's actually kind of funny. Before the Billions popped into my stream, but my comment section had frozen, so I wasn't able to see the comments that were being made. And he was in there, and of course I couldn't reply to him because my comment section had frozen because of goddamn StreamYard. And
So not clear, but tolerable. All right.
yeah, sorry about that. I mean, the audio was better before. It could be
or maybe it's because it just sat in the sun.
No, I just think, sometimes it gets a little crackly, or sometimes I guess if I start the stream in the wireless signal is not that great, it'll degrade the quality. Some people said, oh, the audio is bad, but then some people said, oh, the video and the audio was bad. It looked like I was in the Matrix.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Freak, yeah. I'm a big fan of the lead attorney. Um, he's a super stand-up dude, trying to help these guys. And I mean, I don't try to help men on this channel. I try to help men on the Talking Shit podcast. But I'm definitely a huge supporter of TLA. Absolutely. You guys have seen the Indian Jesus on there too. He works with me on the MMA content on the Talking Shit podcast on Saturdays. Christoph, you're back. How you doing? Yeah, I can't tell why this is happening audio wise. You know what? What if we reset the stream and then see if maybe the audio will be better? That's what I'm gonna try to do.
We'll be back.
Yeah.
1 minute. 1 minute. Okay.
All right. Let's see if this works any better. Because when I was looking at the audio levels, it looked like the audio levels were better, being better picked up.
Mm-hmm. I just
So yeah, I don't know if that's better.
yay. All right.
Maybe yeah, okay,
There.
yeah. So I just restarted the stream.
Perfect.
Okay, so you guys don't have to suffer so much.
The whirly button.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm a huge supporter of TLA, and you'll never hear me say anything negative about that man. That is a stand-up guy. Like, I don't think I've donated anywhere near close to the amount of money to anybody's stream as I've donated to his stream. So, he's very much like he's a friend of my podcast. He just doesn't know it.
Mhm.
So I am in New York City right now. We're trying to get on the Brooklyn Bridge. So we're going from Brooklyn back to Manhattan. But this is New York City. This is definitely New York City. Yeah,
As you
today.
can tell by us just sitting.
Oh yeah,
in traffic.
in crazy traffic, right? But a very weird day,
This to me.
I was arguing with some people when everybody's been talking about this raid that happened. Everybody's talking about this raid that happened at Mar-a-Lago, and everybody was jumping the gun and jumping to conclusions, and I was kind of annoyed by that. The leftists are saying he's selling secrets to the Saudis, and it's like, you have no proof of that. What the fuck are you talking about? And then you got the right wingers. Oh, it's so unfair that they arrested Trump. Trump has not been arrested. Like, nobody's making any fucking sense when they talk.
But then if he does get arrested, then later they could say, see, I told you he got arrested, even though they said it before he actually got arrested.
Right. And he, of course, to this day has not been arrested.
You know what I mean?
But it's just, you know, you had the magistrate court speak today and say that, you know, they got him on suspicion of espionage. That's insane. I saw somebody put a tweet out there that said, you know, if they would have prosecuted him for what happened on January 6th, 2021, then that would have caused a huge, huge problem for half of the country. But if they can prove that he was selling nuclear secrets to any country, holy crap.
Mm.
You know, a lot of people are trying to connect dots that have not been connected yet. We don't know if he actually did any of these things or if he took those documents because, you know, he wanted some sort of momentum to prove, some sort of memento to prove that he was president for 4 years.
Or he took it because he didn't think that there would be any consequences.
Yeah. I think that's part of it. You know, I do believe that he's corrupt because he's proven it. Long before he was president, he proved he was corrupt. But then what politicians aren't corrupt then, right? So I don't want to hold him to an unfairly high standard. I don't want to believe that he would be the type of person to sell nuclear secrets. I don't want to believe that. And the thing is, like, I think he's a douche. I don't like him very much, you know, at all. You know, but I don't want to believe that he would do that. I just don't want to believe that. Do you know if we have new comments or if I have to restart the stream again?
Let me double check.
I don't want to believe that he did that. I don't want to believe that anybody would do something like that.
We're good.
Okay.
Still sitting at the same light.
Oh yeah, for like 3-4 lights in a row. You know, I
Stay here for
just
2 more lights.
But the thing is, I think a lot of left wingers. Oh, thank you, Christoph. I think a lot of left wingers want him to be guilty, and I don't think that's healthy. I hope that he's not guilty of that. And you know, when I think about January 6th, right?
Spreesfield's nice.
People want him to be guilty of a crime for what happened on January 6th. I think the biased part of me hopes that they pin some charge on him so he can't run in 2024. But my logical brain struggles to find a legal statute that he actually violated. I can't think of one that he actually violated. Some people say, well, you know, these people did this on your behalf. Yeah, so you prosecute those people like they've been doing. And some of these, I think one guy got a jail term of over 7 years.
I almost thought that was the same MAGA dude who was honking at everybody earlier.
No, it's a different truck. It was a Silverado.
Oh, okay.
Same color though, but they're all MAGA trucks. But I don't know. You know, a lot of people want to blame Trump for how broken the political system is in this country, but that's not. It's not his fault. He is a symptom of the political discord that has been sown over the last 30 to 120 years, 125, 130 years. Because I don't believe that this particular person is really qualified to be in that position. And part of the reason I say that is because it takes a certain amount of tact to manage the divisions in the country. And Trump does not do that. He does not look to do that. He does not look to manage the divisions in the country so that the country can run somewhat efficiently. So my thing is, if you're a right winger, that's fine. If you want to be a Republican, that's fine. You know, believe what you want to believe. But what you don't need is somebody that is going to stoke the flames of division. You need somebody that is going to try to find ways to unify the country. And Trump is not the type to unify. He likes the division. And I think that is better, even if you're diametrically opposed to an ideology or the ideologies of another group of people. You need to find a way to make sure that neighbors can stay neighbors.
You think we're gonna make it across the next slide?
I don't know. Remember that one mistake I made last time, right?
I know we're not doing that again.
But it might pay to take the loop around though. But I just got to make sure I don't mess it up. Because I really don't want to get stuck here.
Well, if you do that, it's gonna be.
I just got to make sure I don't mess up the turn. But that line is going to be there for a long time.
Yeah, it's basically the. You know what it is? I think you have to go around that way.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you can make the left here.
Nope.
You do go around it.
And that's what confused me the last time. But I can make this turn right here.
Yeah, because it's that. Which street is that?
Oh, so it's just the next street right there. Okay.
Yeah. Pearl Street.
I do agree with this. I do agree with this, at least mostly. But after 4 years of Donald Trump and the way that he talks about people that are not aligned with him, he's not a unifier. He's just not. He's a person that enjoys the back and forth.
Yeah, so it's just going to be Pearl. Or you're going to make that
Yeah.
next left.
He does. He just does. He likes the fact that people are at each other's throats. And you know, he just doesn't. He doesn't even attempt to unify. I think that he really revels in the divisiveness. Like, for instance, like a lot of people did not like George W. Bush. They thought he was a moron. And I can't really say one way or the other if he is a moron. Understand what I'm saying. It's not an assumption because I've listened to the guy talk for 4 years. Like if Donald Trump was never elected president, and we never knew what that experience was like, then I would say, you know what, that's an assumption. But I've listened to Donald Trump talk for the last 6 years. It's always us versus them. Every time he gives a speech, it's always us versus them. And that is inherently divisive. You can't get around that. Now, when you talk about policy, this is a good question. Because the thing is, Donald Trump doesn't really care about the left or the right. I don't think he cares about Republicans because he was a Democrat up until the late 90s. How many fucking trains are going to pass by?
Well, you have a possibility of 4 trains going by at the same time because there's 2 on each side.
Yeah, but it was just like the
You got the yellow
never-ending
lines and you got the orange lines, and both can pass by at the same time.
Right. Yeah. So the thing is,
Here.
well, the thing is, I give you an example of my point because you're kind of leading towards my point. And he says, well, what cooperation did he ever have at all? If we go back to the Obama administration, right? Now, you and I will probably agree that Barack Obama not only accomplished next to nothing, but when he ran for president, he didn't run on any meaningful platform. He just said hope and change, and that was pretty much it. He said a bunch of empty platitudes in his run toward the White House in 2008. He said a bunch of generic bullshit that didn't mean anything, and that was it, right? But one of the things that people appreciated about his approach to the presidency is that he tried to be as non-flammable as possible in the way that he spoke. He really didn't want to stoke a lot of divisions. He really tried to preach that we're all Americans, we're all together, even though he was, you know,
It's rush hour. Is there be a lot of trees?
you know, did not have a real, Obama did not have a real meaningful platform that he was running on. But when he got into the White House, the Republicans owned the House, the Senate. They owned the House and the Senate. So there was really going to be nothing that he was going to be able to get done as far as whatever his objectives were going to be. He didn't get any cooperation, which is why even the little bit of nothing that he wanted to get done was never going to get done. I don't look at Barack Obama as a great president, but what he did do well is that he really did. Shout out to Kuzo Productions. I can't fuck with you. You're a fucking savage.
For the crackling, you're driving under the bridge. Insert a Red Hot Chili Pepper song.
Sorry.
So when the train goes by, that's probably why you're hearing the crackling.
Yeah.
And another one's about to go by.
But yeah, but he didn't bring scandals, and this is what I'm talking about. When you're talking about a president, right? Obama really did not do much of anything, but he tried to unify the country as much as they could, so that, you know, neighbors could at least be neighbors. Trump, the fact that people were divided. Yo, Kuzo, you're funny as hell. I do want to take a detour. We're going to go back to the subject that Kuzo is talking about. You know that train would never show up when you needed it.
Oh, of course not, but it doesn't matter. It's rush hour. I let our buddy know that we are stuck in traffic and that we are running. We're probably running a little late.
Yeah, there are a lot of issues. The media definitely does play a role in the problems, Freak. But, you know, the thing is that, you know, a lot of the problems were caused by liberals leading up to the 2008 election. We only got Trump as a president because of intolerant liberals. That's the only reason. Another fucking train. Fucking shit. It does look like a BET show, right? F90 crap. All right, but I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to this right here, and I hope that anybody that watches this that knows me on Twitter understands what I'm about to say. Okay. Okay. So by trade, I'm a personal trainer by trade. Okay. I'm a personal trainer. And so we have a scale by which we communicate with clients to figure out if the client is ready to perform a certain movement or not. It's called RPE. RPE stands for rate of perceived exertion. So at the bottom end of the scale of 1, that means you basically just sat on Twitter and tapped at a screen. That's not hard to do. At a 10, we're talking about the resistance that you're under. You're only able to do 1 repetition under extreme duress, and you're risking injury. So there's everything in between the numbers 1 and 10. Excuse me. So if somebody tells me that a particular motion, they rated a 3, then I know that I need to greatly ramp up either the resistance, the volume, cut down the rest periods, or speed up the tempo in some way, right? So when I talk to the client, I need to get a real sense of what they mean when they say, hey, this was pretty difficult or this was not difficult. So that I don't put them in a position that A, they're not getting what they hired me for, or B, I don't want to put them in a situation where they can get injured. Okay. So I take the number scale very fucking seriously. So I'm just laying the groundwork here. Okay. When you're talking about the scale that men talk about attractiveness, every man on planet Earth knows the scale. Every man. Every man knows a woman that's kind of okay. She's between a 4 and a 6. A chick that'll make you do a half a double take, she's probably a 7. Double takes start at 8.5, 9. This is something that we all know and is universal.
All right. So have we learned our lesson about taking the shortcut? Because even though you took it the right way, I think we still got fucked.
It's possible. It's definitely possible. So we all know when a man, you can go to Cambodia, look at a man, ask the man about that woman over there between a 1 and a 10, and he'll be able to tell you because we all know the scale. So I'm going to explain my methodology for saying why those girls in the photos are not 3s. So the vast majority of people in the country are between 4 and 6. The vast majority of people are average in attractiveness. This goes for men and women. For you to be exceptional in any way, you need to fall outside the norm.
I don't know which direction it's coming from.
Yeah, I don't want to chance it. So when you look at the women that are in that particular photo, all of those chicks look ordinary. For them to fall below a 5, to hit, to fall below a 5, below a 4, to be in a 1, 2, or 3 category, there has to be something defective about their appearance.
I think it's coming from that way.
It is. So, an example of something that would make a woman a 3 would be moles on her face. It would be bad hair, bad skin quality. She can be overweight. She could be, missing a limb. Her teeth could be looking fucked up. Right? Certain parts of her facial features don't fit with other parts of.
My ambulance is coming from.
There's an ambulance coming, guy. What the fuck?
There we go.
Like I'm just sitting here for my goddamn health. Right? Yeah, so this is like, yeah, the freak said crackhead. A crackhead would be a 1 or a 2. Okay? Right? There needs to be a visual defect that when you look at them, your first thing is, damn, they ugly. Now,
You don't have to like. Sorry about all the noise.
this is New York City, y'all. This is New York City, y'all. So when you look at the women in that particular photo, there's nothing that when you look at them, you're like, damn, Shorty is busted. No. You're not going to be like, oh, damn, Shorty, I want to hit that. No. You're just not going to look at her. You're not going to be like, you're not going to have any real response to her one way or another.
You're good.
Right? Like you're not going to be, she's not going to move the needle. So if a woman is going to be above a 6, then that means that dudes are turning around to look at her when she walks by.
Yeah, we're in the Matrix.
Ah, fuck.
Or it could be me because I have one bar. DeFreak is asking what photo are you referring to?
Kuzo Productions is talking about a debate that I got into on Twitter, where a black guy started talking down on black women unnecessarily, which I kind of called them to task for. It was uncalled for. It was uncalled for. You know, the things that he was saying. He was basically saying, you know, hey, you know, I'm going to hang out with these white girls and I want to mix babies anyway. You know, the standard, you know, I'm defecting from, you know, black women and or whatever. Even though I understood where he was coming from, I thought it was wholly unnecessary for him to speak about this woman in that way. It just was not necessary to talk about this woman or talk about black women in general. But I get it. You know, he had experiences with black women that weren't positive.
Oh, that guy said you're sick of that one.
Yeah, that's some douchey shit right there.
Dangerous.
So I didn't think that it was necessary for him to be like, oh my God, you know, black women, black women, black women. If you're not gonna fuck with black women, oh, okay. If you're not gonna fuck with black women, then just not fuck with them and keep it moving. Like you know, if you're out here dating white girls as a black man, then just fucking date them. You don't need to talk about how messed up black women are and all of this stuff. You know, you don't need to do that. You know, you know what I mean? Like you don't need to down black women if you're going to date white women. But I thought it was over the top.
My ears feel so much better now.
But yeah, but a lot of black guys that don't feel appreciated by, you know, black women in the black community. But you don't need to talk about it. If you're going to go date other women, shut the fuck up about it. You don't need to talk bad about black women, especially unsolicited. The guy just put up a picture of him with white girls. Instead of just saying, hey, I'm hanging out with these girls, he has to talk about how, you know, black women, you know, didn't like him and all that other stuff. And it's like, bro, that's unnecessary. You can date white women without talking bad about black women. Now, if you have real issues with black women and somebody asks you and it comes up in conversation, then hey, you got to be honest about your experiences. But his assessment of, you know, black women's willingness to accept him was totally unsolicited. So of course somebody's going to roast him for it, right? And I don't have a problem with it. Roast that motherfucker, right? But then he starts getting on the girls in the photo. Well, man, I haven't seen so many threes since Steph Curry in Game 6. I admit It's kind of funny joke, but it's also inaccurate. It's just inaccurate. To say that those girls in the photo, and if you follow me on Twitter at dr_evil_genius, you'll see that, niggas own up my mentions. And everybody's like, shouting, they are threes, they are threes. Okay. If you see them as threes, then you need to tell me the criteria by which you are judging the appearance of these women. And after you give me the criteria of how you're judging these women, you need to tell me the kind of women that you are regularly getting pussy from. Because if you're holding your dick every night because nobody's fucking you, then your rating of the women don't matter, because they're not. When you look at the girls in the photo, I think it's talking down on those girls. Those girls would never date those guys. So the guys that are talking shit about them would never have access to those women.
That building's coming out really nice. The curved one.
There's a curve.
It's behind us. We see it every time we come into Brooklyn.
I'm the guy that's driving, so
All right, next
you
time I'll
can
point
see
it out.
but then we'll all die when I crash the car.
That it's looking nice.
Right. Yeah. So the thing is, like,
Chick riding shotgun is a 3.
yeah. But the thing is,
Ew.
yeah.
You're so kind, Greg.
But yeah, you're incorrect, Gerg. But that's your business. Because again, as I've already explained, in order for somebody to be a 3, there needs to be a defect that when you look at them, you're like, damn, that ain't it. And you're not going to be able to explain that by looking at it. So your assessment is not only incorrect, but
That's okay.
it's incorrect, right?
Plus, I misread him anyway.
We are going to agree that it's really not an issue with the skin color. A lot of people assume that it's a skin color issue. It's not. Right? It's not a skin color issue. It is an issue with but yeah, Gerg, most men, their level of attractiveness sitting next to me, the vast majority of men would disagree with you. So I'm talking about the scale that all men know. Now,
I'll take Greg's.
oh, you'll take the rating?
I mean, I called him Greg anyway. He's Greg too.
You say.
I read it as Greg.
I did read it. I did read it as Greg
Read it as
too.
Greg.
But the thing is, like, I don't like disrespecting people's names, so I really
Apologies,
strive for.
Greg.
I really try to strive
But
for
you know what?
accuracy.
It's their assessment.
Right. It is. It
That's
is.
what it is.
It is. And again, a lot of it, like Gerg said, it is an issue with culture. And the thing is, like, even myself, right? We've been together 16 years,
Mhm.
right? In the 16 years we've been together, have you been able to count multiple black women that I've tried to date?
Mhm.
I mean, am I lying about that?
Right.
Right? So for me, it's not really a race issue. But what I'm not going to do is that I'm not going to keep barking up the wrong tree. Like, if I see a woman and she's attractive, I'm going to see if she's attractive enough for me to, like, actually approach, and I'll approach her. And if I'm not her cup of tea, I'm not going to whine about it. I'm just going to go to somebody else.
Mhm.
Because it's not that big of a deal.
Mm.
You feel me?
Yep.
So again, I have to make sure that people understand this. When I say that guys are wrong about these women being 3s, damn, I lost 1/10 of a gallon on the
Just sitting in the traffic.
just sitting in the traffic. Now I'm at 16.5 miles per gallon. This is some bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as we get off this,
Yeah.
it'll be better. And I told them 7 o'clock. So
Oh yeah,
give-
thanks, Freak. Yeah, we made our 16th anniversary was in April, and with our other lady, we made we made 10 years. He said 3 out of 3.
Thank you.
So we have well, they're legally married to each other. Me and her used to be legally married to each other. But then we dissolved our marriage so she could marry our other lady. And so the three of us have been together 10 years in a month. It's been almost exactly that, right?
Yeah.
What's today? The 12th? Tomorrow will be 10 years in a month. The three of us have been together. And over the past, I don't know, since like 2014, that I've been kind of, dabbling in dating, I've tried to date like 4 or 5 black women. And unfortunately, they tended to be more of the ultra liberal that want to say that certain people are women that we all know aren't women. You know what I mean? Can't really go too much into that subject, but they want to push a bunch of rhetoric that doesn't make any sense. And then when you don't follow along, then they want to act like you're losing out for not dealing with them anymore. And it's like, I could take it or leave it. I don't need you. But but the thing is, like, for me, if somebody's gonna call women a woman, any particular woman, and say 3 out of 10, we're out of the realm of normal, we're out of the realm of average. So there needs to be something that you point to and says, this is what makes this person below average looking. So when I got into this debate with a bunch of these fucking emotional ass niggas, that when you look at them, these niggas, women will look at these niggas and say, ill. We're talking about niggas that are 1s and 2s. Like, I showed, like, this one dude want to say, oh, they 3s. I showed the picture to one of my clients who is dating a guy who's worth over $10 million. Now remember, wealthy men don't wife ugly women. They just don't. I showed her the photo of this guy and she recoiled in horror. But this guy is going to tell everybody else who's a 3 when this dude ain't getting no pussy. Like, if you're not getting no pussy, what the fuck does your rating matter to the world? So I believe that there's a difference between some woman being an objective 3 and then a woman who is average, above average, or well above average, but not your type. There are plenty of women that are not my type that are on magazine covers, right? I can't say that they are 3s. I say that women with fake breasts are automatic 0s. For me, automatic disqualification. But I know that the rest of the world, depending on what she looks like, the rest of the world is going to say, yo, she look good. So I have to honor the objective measure of attractiveness. And I have to take whether or not I would fuck with her out of the equation. I'm gonna nope out on out of here. I'm sorry for interjecting my nonsense in your screen. No, this is what it's for. That's what it's
Stick
for.
around, Gerg.
Yeah, this is what we do, right?
We were fucking with you.
Yeah, we fucks with you, but
And we also welcome some trolls.
Oh yeah, I mean, Sunny Days was here.
Yeah.
Troll. But anyway, the main thing is that we men, we all know what the objective line of attractiveness is. We know that a woman of a certain shape is going to catch a man's eye. A woman with a certain facial features are going to catch most men's eyes. Not every man, but most men, right? And then we kind of sort them based on that. You can also tell the level of the attractiveness by the kind of man that you see that woman getting a commitment from. If you see a really hot guy and a super average looking chick, she's getting dick down. She's not having her lifestyle paid for. She's average. Hot guys will always fuck an average chick. Hot guys will always. Oh, nah, this is what people do. We don't care. We don't care.
Oh, no apologies needed.
No apologies.
Cool.
This is what we do. We talk shit. I mean,
it's literally called the Talking Shit Podcast.
Not this. This is not Evil Genius.
Okay, we have another one.
Yeah. This is what we do. We talk shit, right?
Apology accepted, though. But you can still stick around and talk shit.
Yeah, but the main thing is that the people that were debating with me on Twitter, they were taking your average white girl and saying, well, she's a 3. And I think a lot of the times these guys want to run these girls down to try to make them look bad because they know they have no chance with these girls. Like, guy, these girls would never talk to you under any circumstance. The black guy that they were standing next to was a fucking rapper with fucking all kinds of jewels on him, right? The guy, they'll fuck with a tall black guy who is slim or built that has money. Most of the rest of these dudes, and
This hand.
a friend of the Talking Shit podcast,
Hey,
Indian Jesus, he is back. The second coming of common sense. And he says, nice shirt.
Wonder where you got that from.
Yee.
Wait, was that from the latest show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
There you
some
go.
other shirts that Lutch hasn't seen yet. So the thing is, when we talk about the rating, you see a lot of these salty ass, emotional ass niggas that want to say, any girl that's a white girl that's a 4, 5, or a 6 or 6.5. Oh, she's a 3. She's a 3, guy. She's a 3, bro. Dude, you're a 0 in their world. Here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. And he's you know why this works so well? Because he's an atheist. It makes it work even better. So as a recap, Lutch, I got into a debate on Twitter. You can check my mentions because my name is in all sorts of broke, ugly ass niggas' mouths right now. A black guy took a picture with some white girls and then basically started talking shit about black women, unprovoked, right? Oh, the black girls didn't like me, so blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, that's unnecessary. But then the person that responded to him was saying that the girls that he was taking a picture with, they're all 3s. And I'm like, no, they're not. Those are average girls. And so I had a bunch of broke, emotionally damaged,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Some broke ass niggas that get no pussy talking about, oh, all those girls are 3s. So then I call them to task. I'm like, okay, if they're 3s, tell me what makes them 3s. Yo, 3s are just 3s, bro. You don't have an argument to stand on. Oh, and by the way, not only do you not have an argument, I suspect that you're one of the 4 out of 5 guys in our society that hasn't had sex in the last 12 months. So you're talking that shit about these women, but these women would never give you the time of day. So why would your ranking matter to anybody if you're not on anybody's ranking scale? The black chicks don't want you because you're objectively unattractive and you look overweight. The way that you put you do the avatar, right? My avatar, I'm standing far away from the camera,
Yes.
right? I'm 6'3". I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
You get these dudes, they put the face all up in the camera. We'll get into this, Gerg. We'll get into this because this is part of the conversation, right? We'll get into the conversation. We'll get into that. But the thing is, these particular dudes had nothing going for them. So they're calling average women and trying to denigrate them to make them lower than what they are. And it's like, no, buddy, let's talk about you. You ain't getting no pussy. So your ranking for what an attractive woman is really only predicated on the type of woman you can pull. And most of y'all are out of shape and you're broke and you're ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, he brought back the TLA. We had one of TLA's fans in the stream earlier, Indian Jesus. That bottom of the bottle shit, right?
Think of Thanos when people say that.
So it's like, you get these guys that are trying to tear these girls down, and these are girls that they would never have a chance with, right? So when you turn the conversation on them, okay, so you're saying this chick is a 3, okay, let's see pictures of the chicks you fucking. And then they don't want to respond anymore. So I say, yo, your rankings don't matter if you're not fucking girls that look better than the girls you're talking about. And so when I look at your picture, your avatar, You're using a cartoon as your avatar. You got your face, covered by a hoodie. You can't see the rest of you. Nigga, you know you ugly. But you're talking about those girls as if those girls are not going to marry men that make more money than you. These men will make more money than you will ever be able to dream of. But you want to talk down on them for what? To cape for some black woman's attention that you ain't going to get anyway? Because you ain't got no money? Yo, even below average black women ain't checking for most of these niggas. That's why they're acting emotional on Twitter. It's like, yo, I'm not even gonna waste my time or my energy trying to denigrate you. Oh yeah, the big swingy thingy. Yeah, baby. Right?
Oh, she's about to go.
Yeah, she's about to hop off on that big swingy thingy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You get and it's like, dude, how about you come with some receipts? Show me the if you're not getting no pussy, then your opinions don't matter. And then they don't want to respond or they want to come with something else. It's like, I'm not even gonna insult you. I'm coming at you with straight facts. If you're gonna tell me that a girl's a 3 out of 10, then you have to point something out on her that says this makes her below average. And you can't do that.
She hasn't swung yet.
So what that really means is you mad because she wouldn't even register your existence on planet Earth. You're invisible to that 3. Fuck you talk about. And then they want to come for me. And it's like my avatar is me standing, in a tuxedo next to my $83,000 SUV. So you can't roast me. You can't roast me. Then he said, oh, they went back into my Twitter history and saw that I took a picture with a woman at the ballpark. And I was like, that was a lesbian that I met at the ballpark. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, yeah, she's a 3. She don't like what you think. She don't even like you. She don't like men. Right? They want to roast you, but they can't. But they ain't got shit on you. I look better than you. I'm built than you. I make more money than you. And you want to work. It don't work. Oh, and if you really want to get real fucked up about it, my woman makes more money than you. So you're on Twitter getting emotional, and I'm just roasting you with facts, just straight up logic. And the thing is, like, I wasn't even really going after them like that. It was like, yo, if she is actually a 3, tell me what's defective on these girls. Because you said all of them are 3s. And then one dude responded, y'all know damn well if any one of these girls approached you, you'd be trying to get your nut off. Like, come on, son. Fuck out of here. You forgot a group at least half likely to comment. YouTube guys hating on interracial dating. Yeah, my second lady is Asian. Yep. Nah, if you look at my mentions, you'll see I have one comment with like 150 likes. Go on that thread and then you'll see a bunch of niggas in my mentions. A bunch of salty ass, no pussy getting niggas. A couple of the dudes, they were average looking dudes by woman standards. But the way that they talk is, I know they broke. Because if you're a decent looking guy and you ain't getting no pussy, you broke. Or you're short. Or both. Oh, you said white. Oh yeah, I didn't know that. Oh yeah, you get some. You know what? I don't really hear too much about white guys talking about oh, YT, I get it. I thought you said YouTube. Okay, so
I thought the same thing.
All right. Um, so
Do you just want to go straight into the garage? We'll both take the stuff upstairs so that we can get in the house and out as quickly as possible.
I mean, if you want me to leave you on the street so you could take all the stuff upstairs, that would work.
Yeah, I mean, we could tag team it because it's only 2 bags and 2 bottles of.
Oh, then I'm just
Yeah.
gonna. I mean, we're gonna walk over to the restaurant, right?
I just want. Quick. So,
All right, then we're gonna do it the way we normally do it.
okay.
All right.
Make sure.
Uh, yeah. So the thing is, like, I don't. Yeah, Gerg, they look at this as a lack of confidence. So that's gonna hurt you if you look like you don't believe that you can bag them, then you're not going to be able to, even if you have everything else. Um, they look at it like if you don't have the confidence, then I shouldn't have confidence in you either. Um, but I don't really hear white guys talking about interracial dating, and I think it's because a lot of these white guys have said what Gerg said earlier when he said a lot of times, even with a lot of these white chicks, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. So, the girls that are willing to go interracial, the white guys are like, all right, go on ahead. And the reason why they're not hurting is because the white guy has every woman, every race of woman chasing her. The white guy, okay, so the white girl in your neighborhood don't want to date you. The exotic South Asian chick that will hungrily swallow your nutsack, you can get her. So a lot of these white guys, they're not tripping off of interracial dating because a lot of them are doing it too, because they get their pick, especially the ones that are above 5'10". You get 5'10" or taller, wears some loafers and a button-down shirt, he's definitely getting his nuts drained. So you don't really hear too many white guys complaining about interracial dating. You only really care. You only really care. You only hear about the only people who complain about interracial dating are the people that ain't getting none. And most white guys, they're not worried about it. And the white guys that are worried about it, they're tired of all of these women anyway. The way that the white guy sees it, the white guy's like, listen, I'm a productive man, and these women just want to consume what I produce, and that's all it is.
So Berg said that he didn't mean racially. What he meant was a girl with debt, kids, and drama.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that too. But the racial part is part of that, right? So who was it that was saying that? Or the freak was saying that white guy, there's the other half, which are the white guys that complain about interracial dating. And what I'm saying is a lot of these white guys are just tired of all of these women. They're just tired of all of them. They're not really worried about interracial dating because they know that they're at the top of the social totem pole in the dating marketplace. In the sexual marketplace, the white guy is at the top. So if he can't get the white girl that he wants, he can get the Hispanic girl that he wants. He can get the Asian girl that he wants. He can get the black girl that he wants. He's not tripping. gonna hit this right quick. Make sure the audio is pointed to iPhone camera. iPhone.
Oh, my phone is the only option.
All right, you guys let me know. I think I reached the limit on battery with the microphone, with the lavalier mic. So you guys let me know if you're able to hear. Okay. But anyway,
He said, I heard it. Then it went out. We're about to cut off anyway.
yeah. All right, so we're back. All right. Yeah, so so the thing is, a lot of these guys are looking at the dating market and they're like, the prices are too high for what's being offered altogether. But so why I will always side with men on this subject. What you will not do is comfort people and try to denigrate people that A, have done nothing to you, and B, you don't qualify for. Because I talk to the single women the same way. They want to talk about how all of these guys are broke and ugly and blah blah blah. They're not qualified for any of these men. So out here, with your high standards, you ain't got shit to offer the opposite sex.
And thank you for letting us know that the audio went out.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate the
But yeah, we're gonna charge. We're gonna charge the we're gonna charge this anyway. We're back at the garage. We're gonna have a lot of these like really fun discussions, especially when Lutch is here. Shout out to the Indian Jesus. Shout out to everybody that came through the stream. It was actually a lot of fun. Shout out to my barber, Ashley. I got a new client for you, a really good friend of mine. So we're going to be doing more of these drives. We'll see Lutch tomorrow, hopefully, for the Filthy Casual MMA podcast on TSP. TSP being the Talking Shit podcast. All right, we up out of here. We'll catch you in the next stream, y'all.